Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. In today's video we are talking about another hybrid called as Echeveria Fire Pillar. This has been a recent hybrid version that has come out in the market. A lot is not known about this variety. Now I have put this succulent in level medium because the environment matters a lot. If you have a good experience with handling hybrids, then definitely this is going to work out as an easy succulent for you. The issues with this is that it is an hybrid, tends to react negatively, especially to environment that is very humid, very hot, because it is a variety of Echeveria. It tends to go dormant during the winters, and summer is its growing period. A lot is not known about its propagation, but you can separate the offsets as and when they tends to put out pups, which are going to be at the lower part of the succulent. Leaf propagation is slightly difficult as compared to other Echeverias, but you can try doing it during the summers, because summers is their growing period. Usually winter propagating such succulents like Avonia, such hybrid varieties, it becomes a little difficult for them to put out pups, especially during the dormant season, which is the winter season. However, a lot of other varieties of Echeverias do still tend to put out pups even during the winter season, which is their dormant season. Talking about soil requirement, it has to remain the same what we use for our other succulents. The soil has to be loose, porous, well draining, and should dry out before you water next. Talking about watering, ensure that the soil is completely bone dry before you go ahead and water it, because it's an hybrid. It's very susceptible to root rot or crown rot if you tend to water it excess. If you're confused about watering, ensure that you check the lower leaves. You will tend to see wrinkles, or the succulent will start closing its leaves inwards. When the succulent starts closing its leaves inwards, it gives an indication that the succulent is thirsty. Right now my succulent is slightly getting compact, but it has been well hydrated, so I'm not going to be watering it right now. Talking about mealybugs, it's a very rare scenario unless you have bloom stalks, then they tend to get affected with aphids. But other than that, there is not much issue. Ensure that your soil is not very high in organic matter. Try to keep a very lean nutrient soil in order for the succulent to do quite well, because when you tend to add too much of nutrients, that's when the succulent starts to have issues and it turns weak. Apart from that, you also have a risk of fungus and mold in the soil when the soil is very organic. Usually Echeverias and other varieties of succulents do not absorb a lot of nutrients from the soil. They prefer a soil that is very lean in nutrients, so usually they do quite well in such soil mix. Now I do not add any kind of fertilizers, but still you can see my succulents have been doing quite well. Talking about propagation, as I said, leaf propagation is one of the best options, but try to do it during the growing season. If you have any pups growing on the lower portion of the succulent, then wait for them to reach to a decent size and then go ahead and separate them. If you tend to see bloom stalks, if they are of no use to you, it's always better to cut it off so that it does not get infested with aphids. The best type of pots you can go for Echeverias are either terracotta pots, unglazed clay pots, earthen pots, or even concrete pots, because these pots, they tend to absorb excess moisture from the soil, which our Echeverias love, because our Echeverias do not like to be sitting in moist and soggy wet soil. So these containers or these pots, they help us dry the soil much faster. So always try to go for these pots. Again, there is no harm in using plastic or ceramic pots, but plastic and ceramic pots, they tend to retain a slight amount of moisture as compared to terracotta, concrete, or unglazed clay pots. These tend to be porous and they tend to absorb water or moisture from the pot, any excess moisture. Apart from that, they are very porous, they are very breathable, they also help in good air circulation as well. So this is one of the best pot materials that you can use for your Echeverias and majority of the succulents. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.